And then she has a pseudonym, which she records smutty romance audiobooks. There's a whole thing. There's a couple of guys involved. But it's just, if you are an Emily Henry girly, I think you'll enjoy this. Hey Tandem fandom, Char here, your romance correspondent, and for this month, I am bringing you a video all about disability rep in romance in celebration of Disabled Access Day, which is March 16th and was created to celebrate good access and creating opportunities for disabled people. So let's get into it. You're going to recognize some of the titles on here because I am the broken record with my favorites, but let's go. The first up is Not My Type by Evie Mitchell. This is the first in a series, and the main character, Frankie, is physically disabled. She is a wheelchair user. She is a sexologist, and she also runs the All Access podcast, which is all about accessibility in sex for disabled people. So she gets a request from one of her listeners that they want to try like accessible rope play, which is not something that's in her wheelhouse. So she has to go out and find someone who's going to help her do this. And that's what she does. She meets Jay, who is a rigger, and it's insta-love instantly, and they hit it off, but he's sort of not really the monogamous type, and Frankie definitely is. The book is very sex positive. It's one of my favorites. It's very hot and definitely will have you being like, I need to find a rigger right now. But just in itself, it's a really nice book in its portrayal, its disability representation. So Jay basically says to her, yes, I'm happy to come on the podcast. I'm happy to help you out with this, but I'm going to bring you to a class to show you what I do. And the class itself is very diverse. It's people with different disabilities, different ages, from different backgrounds. It's just a really comforting book. I really enjoyed it. And that is my first recommendation for books with positive disability rep. Book number 2 is for the sports romance girlies out there. This is Scoring Spouse by Liz Lincoln. This follows a professional soccer player in the US who develops rheumatoid arthritis. She wants to pay out of pocket. She doesn't want to tell anybody on the team about it. So she's paying out of pocket for treatment, which is obviously extremely expensive for her. So she marries a rich guy for his health insurance. It's marriage of convenience. It's very sweet, and the representation is great. So give this one a read. Number 3 is a twofer, and it is just read the Brown Sisters trilogy. This has great disability rep and also really great mental health rep throughout. So in the first book, Chloe has fibromyalgia. She suffers with chronic pain and insomnia. And in the third book, both main characters are autistic. So that's Eve's book. But like I said, Danny's book has really great mental health rep with her male main character. So the series itself is really representative. They're all fat. There's great queer rep. There is just these books have such a chokehold on me. So yes, absolutely read this book for great disability representation. My 4th recommendation is Better Hate Than Never by Chloe Leese. They've known each other since they were kids, but they've hated each other. They've got opposite personalities. It's enemies to lovers. There's no third act breakup. No third act breakup. And there's obviously a happily ever after. The male main character has chronic migraines and the female main character has ADHD. We are loving this one. Let us know what you are thinking in the comments, but absolutely pick up a Chloe Lee's book. All of her books have really great representation, and this one is no different. Okay, my 5th and final recommendation for you is Thank You for Listening by Julia Whalen. This follows Swanee Chester, who is she really wanted to be a Hollywood actress, but she unfortunately got into an accident that left her face physically disfigured. So she switched it up and became an audiobook narrator. She records the audiobooks under her normal name that aren't romance, and then she has a pseudonym which she records smutty romance audiobooks. There's a whole thing. There's a couple of guys involved, but it's just, if you are an Emily Henry girly, I think you'll enjoy this. Actually, interestingly, the author is also an audiobook narrator, and she narrates the audiobook for this book, which if you do like that about authors, definitely pick this up. And that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to subscribe and comment and like. And yeah, we'll see you soon.